Yo, what's that? It's your boy Frank Nitty. We back live with another one. All praise Yahuwah the Most High. You know, we got to start the videos all with it. Quick video. So this week, I did the orientation over here with Blair. One of the things I hate the most is orientations in general. Reviewing the things that, you know, basically if you was at P&S, they gonna review a whole lot of the same things, you know. So I just watched a lot of them videos. Let's just say I watched a lot of them videos 2 months ago. You know, they got their own slides. You gonna learn a whole lot. The thing is, right, I always say, if you feel like you don't learn everything, you can't be taught nothing else. Time to actually get out the truck. So in orientation, you're gonna learn a whole lot. Your first day, paperwork, videos. Second day, videos, paperwork, all this stuff. Thursday, come in. If you're able to pick out a truck, whatever like that, excuse me, you good. Pick your truck out. Do what you gotta do. Keep it pushing. My thing right now is basically they had to go in and put a headache rack on my truck. So they put my truck in about 11. I'm not even gonna hold you. That shop ain't never gotta worry about seeing my truck again. Never. Not that they messed up anything. That's something they didn't do. But the time that it take for them to do certain things is just not, you know, it's not my cup of tea. So they had to put a headache rack on. If you come over as an owner-operator, they do put a camera in your truck for safety purposes or whatever like that, but the camera do not face inside of the cab. I'm not gonna hold you. When I first heard it, I was like, this a done deal for me, because I didn't go buy a truck just for somebody to put a camera in my truck, but I ended up going over to speak to a guy about it when he gave me my prepays and all of that. I went over there, I talked to dude, and dude say, oh, let me show you how your camera work. So he pulled it up, whatever like that. And he said, you see, you don't have the inside facing camera. You just got the outside facing camera. And basically that camera go off if you slam on brakes or anything like that. But as far as, you know, the whole distracted driving and this and that, whatever like that, that I was kind of used to with P&S. We don't have that system in our own operator trucks. You just got to be open-minded to having that camera system in your truck. No, they do not touch your governor on your truck. Everything stays the same. They give you the pre-pads, the best pads, put that in the windshield. They put my truck in about 11 o'clock. And they hooked up the tablet, they hooked up the camera. Then they called me back and say, hey, we can't put a step on your truck because we don't feel like we don't want to drill a hole into your frame. So I was like, this understood. I'll take it over to a dealership, get the steps put on. Then they say, well, we got to move your wiring box for the your electrical system, your airlines, so that we can mount this part onto the headache rack. So I say, all right. Sit out there for a little bit. Before you know it, it's 3 o'clock. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Truck still sitting over there. Oh yeah, this not gonna be a few minute job. Okay. Start working on it now. You know, y'all sitting around moving slow. You know, ain't nobody really doing nothing. People moving on their own time. You know, they just one of them things where I'm just like, hey, bro, I could have been out there today after they put the headache rack on my truck. Still got to go over there, get the equipment for my truck. I even thought about just go ahead and leasing a trailer from them. But that long process of how everything else is going, I really don't want to take the time right now to even try to lease a trailer. So, tomorrow we're gonna see exactly what's going on, if they're gonna be able to go ahead and get it knocked out before lunch, and I can go over there, pick up a trailer, get loaded with my equipment, give me a load, slide. You know, my fleet manager, Brian, I ended up meeting him today. Met a guy named Joey. The instructor in class, cool guy, Chris. Everybody over here pretty much cool. You know, I don't have no problem with the people. But as far as shop wise, it's like, yeah, bro, all this slow. Definitely don't get it. Put some fire on your head. But they don't need none of that. They need AC in that shop because they only got fans. And if it's hot, everybody moving slow, everybody sluggish, everybody, yeah, bro, need AC in the shop. You want people to work efficiently, you know. But they've been doing it like that forever. But I just know for a simple fact that I'm going to a dealership. My truck, I sit at a dealership, you know, I still got warranty on my truck. I end up getting a NTP warranty. I paid for the extended warranty through manufacturing. Through the manufacturer, I also got the NTP warranty. I'm covered up to 1 million miles on my truck. And that was basically what I wanted. So my truck term was 3 years. I paid up a year. It's like a year and 2 months or something like that. Paid my truck up, so I ain't really got too much worry about no truck payment. Went on ahead and knocked that off. I did get my tags through Blair 2290. I got a few things from them. I think like my total came up to like 16 and some change. So you can go over the settlements if you don't want that. Excuse me, because I know they was talking about in the class, like if you owe them money, they'll put you on the cap. So basically, they cap is like $900. My thing is this: ain't no way here I'm about to run and pay off some equipment, and you just pay me $900, you know, until it's paid off. I ain't got time. So they hit me with a little $1,600 or whatever like that. I said, all right, cool. Went over the settlements, get my credit card, paid for it just like that. So you can do that. If you lease in a truck, you do have the option to pay it off early. Over here, they will allow you to pay it off early. What else they got? The load board, they don't have a load board. They're gonna offer you a couple options when it comes down to your loads or whatever like that. They don't have a load board, but they will give you options. The same way I was over there doing P&S. They pay 70% of the load. If you lease a trailer, that's 77% of the load. I seen a lot of guys on their yard that was leasing trailers. Shout out to the dudes that I ended up meeting, that was subscribers. Appreciate the support, most definitely. What else they got? The trucks that some of the guys picked out was between Freeliner, International. One guy had like a year and 7 month lease. Another guy was like 2 years, and another guy was, I think he said he had a year and some change. So I guess the lease range, some of the lease range between 1 year and 4 years, depending on the year of the truck, how new it is, how old it is, whatever like that. But overall, seemed pretty decent so far from what I'm hearing. Talked to a couple other guys, a couple other drivers. They like, yeah, bro, you gonna love it over here. Cool, laid back. You ain't gonna have as many deductions. The thing is, I did open up my own escrow account with them, and I'm just like, hey, I don't mind to put $200. You can put it where you want. If you want 9.5%, like the regular lease, if you want to put your own money in, you can do it however you want to. But I just did my own lease. I I make my own escrow with them, and I'm gonna put $200 in every week just so I can have that little extra money, and you can pull it out whenever you get ready. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, since I got like a year, 3-4 months or something like that in a clear range, so that I could just take that money and then boom, once that year and some change hit, I could take the little savings, I could put the escrow to that, boom, pay the truck off. I ain't really too much worried about the payment. So that was my whole objective, is not to have the overhead when it come down to this truck. So we in the clear. And that's how we gonna rock that out. But I will tag back in tomorrow, let y'all know what's going on. We get our first load, trailer, equipment. We gonna do all that. You know, it's late, bro. It's probably about 1 in the morning. We ain't gotta be there till about 8 o'clock, 8:30, something he said. Shop don't open up to 8 o'clock, so ain't nobody really in no rush right now. And this is how we gonna go about that. I'm probably gonna get the question, bro, where you get your truck from? Let me tell y'all like this, right? I feel like this. Go to whatever fit you. Y'all be trying to ask questions like, bro, where you do this? How you do that? How you do that? Peel this off. I gave out a whole lot of information over the time of me just doing YouTube. I heard 1,000,001 times, bro, go get a truck. Bro, go do this, go do. If you've been following me for a minute, I done had 5, 6, 7, 8 trucks. I can't really think right now. But just because somebody went one place to get their truck, don't mean it's gonna work out for you. There's places out there you can go get a truck from. And some places gonna require more down, less down. If you got great credit, great business credit, you still gonna have to put money down. I don't care what nobody telling you. So go in about, I put 5 on my truck. You can go in about 10, 15, go put down on your truck, something like that. But as far as me giving out a bunch of information on this, that, and the third, when it comes down to trucking, I don't want to tell my story on that side, because I don't need people going to go try to do the same thing and then it don't work out. And once again, y'all start pointing the finger at me as if I told you something wrong. So with that being said, they got places like LMR, Long Mountain Truck Leasing, Schneider Finance, Packoff Financial. It's a bunch of different options out there. Whether you go to one of these SFIs or you go to a dealership, at the end of the day, you're going to come out paying the same thing. Take what work for you, what you can get at that time. Make sure you got a couple thousand stacks put up somewhere for emergency. You got money put up for maintenance. You got money put up for hard times. You got money put up, like, it don't take just a down payment to start no trucking business, no trucking company. I'll say at least if you go put down money on a truck and you go lease on, at least if you lease on somewhere, you will know that, okay, if they got the dedicated freight for you, you might be all right. But me personally, I feel like this. If you go get a truck, I'm not gonna say that. I feel like if I go get a truck, I need the amount for the truck, which gives me the cushion for maintenance, personal, and business. Also taxes. So you go get a truck that's $60,000, $70,000. I would say you will need that cushion, that $60,000, $70,000, so that you can deal with the different departments on where to put your bread at. That's just my personal opinion. Some people say, bro, I'm gonna get out there next week and I'm gonna make 3,000-4,000 blah. Okay, I got it. That's understood all the way. Understood. But on the other hand, say for instance you get terminated, you do something stupid, don't nobody want to mess with you at that time. Guess what? I got the money to pay my truck off. And if I need to go sit down somewhere, I'll go sit down somewhere. At least I don't owe that bank back. That's just the way I looked at it when I went and got mine. You go get a truck. Let's see, for instance, you bought your truck and need brand new tires and your drives. That's $3,000, $3,500. If you with a certain company, you might get by about $25, $28 for some brand new drives. Virgins, no retread. Don't do that over here. So you go get some virgin drives. You gonna run about 25, 3. You got that put up. You got sensors going off, this, that, and the third. You got it put up. Some people, Cummins, Packard, those is same shit. Same shit. Just ran into a guy who said his Cummins went off 600 and some thousand miles. You got some of these guys out here with Packards that's still going million-mile plus trucks. To each his own. I'm not about the battle back and forth debate. What's the better engine? What's gonna make some fucking money? That's what I'm worried about. So, what else we got? Yeah, but overall, like, you think about Blair, it's pretty decent. If people trying to, yeah, bro, I'm gonna go over to P&S and I'm gonna go to Blair. Let me tell you, bro, they not gonna allow you to go buy no truck and bring it over to P&S. You gotta drive for 90 days. Then you go lease a truck from Blair. Honestly, it's damn near like you can go to Blair, lease a truck, and then transfer to P&S. That seemed like what somebody would call a cheat code, you know, but to each his own. I know they got like Shelton, DMT, all of that, you know, they got a bunch of companies over here. So if you think about it, I would say give it a shot. Or you wanna wait till I just be the guinea pig real quick and make your decision? Cause y'all know I'm gonna come with settlements. I'm gonna come with what I'm running. I'm gonna show you what the escrow, how I'm doing this and where I'm putting that, and how we flipping and making and all the extra stuff. So with that being said, I appreciate you. You made it this far in the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll most definitely catch up with you on the next one. Yeah.